Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 mistakes I see most people make when it comes to intermittent fasting, and I'm also going to be taking you guys through ways to correct these mistakes so that you're able to burn more fat, increase your energy, build muscle, improve your digestion, and reach your goal. Before we dive into it, make sure to subscribe below. I got new videos coming at you every week. And if you guys aren't following me on Instagram and TikTok, I will put that below for you. I'm Elizabeth with ElizabethAylorFitness, 4-year degree in kinesiology, CSCS, holistic nutritionist, and GAPS practitioner. Let's dive right into it. So fasting isn't more than just having periods where you're consuming food, followed by periods where you're not consuming food. And I say the most common fasting that I see people doing is 16-8 fasting. So that's 16 hours where you're not consuming food, and then 8 hours is your feeding window. And that's short and simple what fasting is. A lot of people go to this for healing from digestive issues, for building muscle, or even for fat loss because of a few reasons. Number one, during that time, your body is able to heal. So if you have digestive issues, if you have things like SIBO, making sure that you're not snacking in between meals, giving yourself time to have your migrating motor complex go through, it's gonna sweep everything out, and it's super, super important for digestive issues. When it comes to fat loss, fasting is really good because if you're not constantly, when you consume a meal and you're having a carbohydrate or protein, whatever, it spikes your insulin levels. And if you're having a bunch of meals throughout the day and you're snacking all the time, you're continuously spiking your insulin levels. And then that throws your body to fat storage mode. So when it comes to weight loss, or if you have insulin resistance, you don't want to be spiking your insulin all the time. You want to be dipping into your fat storing mode. So doing like a 16-8 fast is great for people when it comes to weight loss because they're able to dip into their fat storage, start burning that, and lower their insulin levels. And then in terms of building muscle, it's actually a great way to stimulate human growth hormone, guys. Build some muscle. But, okay, we're gonna go to mistake number 1 because, like I talked about, the time that you're not eating is when all of this stuff is happening, okay, guys? All of the things with your insulin response, all the things with your gut sweeping through and healing, that time when you're not eating. The first mistake I see people make when it comes to intermittent fasting is consuming these things when they are not in their eating window. So when they're that 16-hour or that 12-hour, whatever it is, they're consuming branched chain amino acids, anything with sweeteners in there like stevia, erythritol, xylitol, anything added to your coffee. I see people make bulletproof coffee, adding MCT oils, again, collagen. All of those things actually spike your insulin and they take you out of your fasting window. So that is the number 1 mistake that I see people make, is that when they do intermittent fasting, the periods that they are not eating, so that 16-hour window where they're not consuming food, they're actually maybe having coffee or adding in these extra supplements like branched chain amino acids, things with sweeteners that actually are taking them out of that zone. Therefore, they may not be getting the full benefits or seeing all the results that they want when it comes to building muscle, losing fat, the focus, the memory, and all of that. I want to share with you 2 different things that I actually like to consume during my fasting window. So if I wake up and I want something, I will actually do just a basic green tea, nothing added to it. This is great for your gut, tons of antioxidants. And again, guys, there is absolutely no other ingredients, no sweeteners, nothing, just green tea. The other thing that I like to do, and I will put this below, guys, but I use the raw electrolytes, and I'm gonna talk later in the video about these, but these have no sweetener, nothing. It's straight magnesium, potassium, and sodium, making you feel like the Energizer Bunny. The second mistake I see people make that keeps them from reaching their goals with intermittent fasting is not getting in enough water, but most importantly, not getting in the vital electrolytes and the amount that their body needs for what they're doing. And I'm gonna break this down for you guys right now. So basically, electrolytes are made out of your potassium, your magnesium, and your sodium, okay? And these 3 are essential for so many different just cellular processes, enzymatic reactions in the body. And what happens is when your body is low in them, you may start seeing headaches, fatigue, cravings, muscle cramps. To be honest, if I'm low in magnesium, that could even cause like constipation and backed up bowel movements, especially if you're a very high stress individual. And when you're doing intermittent fasting, a lot of the times, intermittent fasting, the people are on a lower carb diet or they're on a carnivore diet or more keto diet. And consuming less carbohydrates, your body already is flushing out excess sodium, excess minerals in your body. And then on top of that, if you're doing something like 16-hour fasting or even longer, your body is flushing it out at a faster pace. And then on top of that, if you guys are training and you're sweating and working out hard or doing anything throughout the day, like moving your body, and then if you're not adding sodium to your foods, what happens is your body could become depleted. And a feeling, I would say when I first started intermittent fasting, I was not on point with my sodium intake or my electrolytes. And within the first few days, I felt like a dead battery. I literally felt like a dead battery. I had no energy. I felt fatigued. Didn't want to lift a lot. I was getting Charlie horses, muscle cramps, having a hard time going to the bathroom. I added in a little bit of sodium. I do the Redmond's Real Salt. Also the Celtic Salt is another one they have in stores there, but the Real Salt is the best one. I started adding that to every single meal. And then I also added in electrolytes I'm going to show you guys in a second, 1 to 2 packets a day. And I will say within not even a day, guys, as soon as I had the electrolyte packet, I felt like through the roof. And there was nothing in it except for magnesium, potassium, and sodium. That's it. But it's the perfect ratio of these that's good for fasting. It's higher in sodium. It's a magnesium malate, so it's absorbable. I'll put it more below for you guys and show you too. But I would say stop focusing so much about I need to guzzle a gallon of water on when you're doing intermittent fasting. Make sure you are getting in your water throughout the day. And I did a whole video on how to drink water. I'll put that below for you guys. But make sure you're drinking your water throughout the day, but also making sure to add salt to your meals when you're intermittent fasting, as well as get on a good electrolyte supplement if you do feel like you need that additional boost, especially if you're very active or you have very low energy, cravings, any type of like dizziness, guys. Like you got to make sure this, because if you have electrolyte imbalances and you feel that way, that's your body telling you like you shouldn't feel like shit with intermittent fasting. That means you're doing something wrong. And I know electrolytes is a huge one people don't hit. And before I move on to number 3, I'm gonna share with you guys my electrolytes I take. So I do LMNT. I will put a link below for you guys. You guys could actually get a free sample pack through the link, but I'm gonna show you the 2 I use. I do the raw ones. These ones have no sweeteners, nothing in them. If you are sensitive, this is my go-to, like nothing in it. And this I add to my water in the morning when I'm working out. And then I love making a hot chocolate at night that I'm thinking of doing the recipe for you guys with the chocolate salt. This tastes like Yoo-hoo growing up, and this is amazing. And yeah, I will put more information, but these are my 2 favorites. I always keep the raw, the chocolate on hand. And you can throw this in your coffee, guys. Amazing in your coffee. The third mistake I see people make when it comes to intermittent fasting is actually choosing the wrong fasting window. And what I mean by this is when you're new to intermittent fasting, you Google it. You see what's out there. And a lot of the times you see 16-8, that's the main one that pops up. So you think 16-8, okay, if I want to lose weight or I want to heal my gut, I'm going to do 16-8. People that do 16-8 eat like 2 meals a day. So I'm going to eat 2 meals a day, do 16-8, I'm going to get results. Well, you know what? 16-8 may not be specific for your goals. And what I mean by that, so for example, I'm going to use myself. I don't do 16-8 fasting all the time. With 12-hour fasting, you are getting a lot of benefits. But in order to get even more, especially those like anti-aging, the focus, the gut, all of that, you gotta hit that 16-hour mark. But I am trying to maintain my body, build more lean muscle. So with 16-8, I can't technically get in all the calories that I need to sustain my physique in that 8-hour time frame, easy on my gut. So I don't do 16-8 all the time. I actually cycle between 12-hour fasting and 16-8-hour fasting. And instead of looking at my calories over the course of one day, I look at it as a course of a week. So I see how many calories I need to maintain my body weight per day, and then I add those up over the course of a week, and I make sure that I'm getting that amount of calories roughly to maintain my weight with that. So I cycle between 12-hour and 16-8 fasting so that I'm reaping both benefits of fasting, but I'm also able to get everything that I need in those windows. And then if someone, for example, was doing weight loss and they went to doing a 16-8 or even longer fasting periods, eating windows shortened, less food, therefore fat loss. People do, 2 meals a day, 1 meal a day. But again, guys, I'm gonna go into it in another mistake. Find what works best for you, okay? You don't have to do 16-8 every day. You don't have to do 12 hours every day. Find where your digestion feels best, where you're able to reach your goals, if you need to burn fat, build muscle, and make that plan of action for you. Or even, hey, reach out. I would love to work with you. I do take on clients, and just send me an email and I would love to help you. The fourth mistake that I see people make with intermittent fasting, and I'm gonna be honest, this one gets me, guys. This one gets me. When you come to intermittent fasting, okay, you're going for a benefit. You're going to improve your health. You're going for the anti-aging. You're going for, gut health, fat loss, insulin resistance, getting rid of that, getting to your highest potential, biohacking your body to feel its best. That being said, if you are coming to intermittent fasting and you are breaking your fast with tons of carbohydrates, sweets, processed foods, I truly believe that with intermittent fasting, if you're going for the benefits and you want to get your results, break your fast with the right foods, put the right foods in your body, and I did a whole video on this I'll put down below. I have recipes. I titled it The Best Way to Break Your Fast so that you do not spike your insulin levels through the roof and go into that fat storage mode. We got breakfasts to burn fat and build muscle right here. But yes, guys, just because your window is shortened, don't just put tons of carbohydrates, processed foods, and sweets in there because they're less calories, therefore you're still gonna get your results. It's not about that. It's about putting the food in your body. And when it comes down to it, some people with fat loss, yeah, they could consume bad foods, eat in a shorter window of time, and because they're consuming less foods, lose weight. But there's also some people that they can't do that because they have insulin resistance and that spike just leads it. So when it comes down to it, put the foods in your body that are nourishing your body. Don't be afraid to get high quality fats. That's the number one thing I see my clients when we do our consultations and I have them check their fats. They're getting 20, 30 grams a day. Your body needs that. That does not spike your insulin. You want fat to burn fat, as well as plenty of protein at that meal. Prioritize your fat, prioritize your protein, put food in your body to fuel your body, and don't just focus on less amount of time, therefore I'm gonna go eat this, and this because it's less calories, even though it's not healthy. I always say, before you eat a meal, look at your meal and ask yourself, what is this meal doing for me? Like, if I'm sitting down and I see, egg yolks with my sardines and my olive oil on it, I see vitamin D, I see calcium, I see high quality protein, healthy fats for hormones, for my insulin on your nerves. I see healthy, as opposed to looking at something and just, yeah, today I went and I got this cereal, it said it was keto on it, but I had it, but then you look at it and there's all these ingredients and it's all these processed foods. I'm like, well, what is this dye number 5 doing to me? And wait, what is this over here doing for my body? Nothing. put food in your body. I will put a whole playlist, all my videos on how to break your fast here, but that is a big thing when it comes to intermittent fasting. If you're doing it for the benefits, do it right, guys. My fifth mistake, and this is the last one that I see people make with intermittent fasting, keeping them from seeing results, is they do one thing and they stick to it. And I'm a big person when it comes to change it up. Don't allow your body to adapt to something. If you've been doing something for a while, say you've been following intermittent fasting for a few months now, sticking to one solid thing, 16-8, and then you were losing weight in the beginning, now you're kind of plateauing. Change it up. Change it up with some longer period of fasting, followed by shorter period of fasting. Experiment with different things. See what responds best with your body, and don't be afraid to change it up. Like I talked about, guys, I don't do 16-8 every day. I do higher days, lower days, and I don't just do that for calories. I also do it to keep my body guessing, to biohack my body. That's how I stay lean year round. I research a ton of things. I educate myself, and I practice on myself, and I see what works for me, works for my clients, what works for everyone, and then I bring that knowledge to you guys so that you guys could just see if something hits home, that you were like, hey, you know what? I can do that, and I think that actually would help me, or I never thought of that before. I don't believe there's just one diet, one fix-all. I just want to share you guys different things that you can look at, that maybe it's something that you haven't looked into that may help you reach your goals. Let's review all of these before I go. So first off, with intermittent fasting, guys, make sure to get your electrolytes in, or your salt. I will put below the electrolytes I use so you guys can get a free sample pack. Number 2, guys, change it up. Don't be afraid to try different types of fasting, different types of like meal timing. Change it up, shock your body, and take a journal and track it and see what you do best with. Don't just say, she got this results, therefore I'm gonna do that, and stay on that and get those results. The next one is going to be breaking your fast with the wrong foods and consuming the wrong foods throughout your fast. Put the food in your body to fuel your body, guys. The other one was consuming things like sweeteners, collagen, and even like different types of fasts that actually are breaking your fast when you think they may not be. And then my final one, guys, is just looking at it in terms of your calories over the course of the week versus in that given day. Figuring out, is 12 hours right for me for fasting, or 16-8, or even longer. Figure out, again, what works best for you. If you guys need help with anything, I am taking on clients at the moment. I will put my email below for you guys. And my whole goal with everything is I want to teach people what to eat to master metabolism, but learn about nutrition, learn about what's going on in their body. So if you guys feel like you need more one-on-one help with learning what's going on in your body, the foods that you need to eat to help you feel your best self, don't hesitate to reach out. Send me an email below. I would love to help you. That is why I'm putting all this information out there this year, just to help more people, educate more people, so that more people can live their best life. So make sure to subscribe. New videos twice a week. I go live now every single Monday for a Q&A, and I'm so excited for this week's Q&A. So get ready, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a phenomenal day. Bye.